Oh man, so both COTI and ADA are bouncing off some key support levels right now. Let's take a look at the charts and see what is going on. So we can see here, we first have COTI, and we saw that we had COTI entering this downward channel with a bit of a fake out, which we covered, and we came straight back into our channel. And this is the 4-hourly chart, by the way. And you can see that we've entered back into our buy zone. So for me, the buy zone is between 49 and I'm happy nibbling up to 53. Okay, so this is where I'm happy to accumulate a bit more COTI. Now, I want to take you back out on the daily just to kind of get a better perspective of what is going on. Now, you can see we formed this massive cup and handle pattern over the since May, really, a massive cup and handle pattern, which entered a wedge in August. We entered this downward wedge. We broke out this wedge with a massive pump up. So from here, you would have traded up the 100% pump up to here, and we hit the price target on this first white line here. We were heading a good way up to our second target, but then we met resistance at the 66 mark. Okay, you can see here we met the resistance at the 66k mark, and then we entered a smaller channel downwards. Okay, this is completely normal, and whenever you get rejected from a key level, it's very normal for you to come back and get some support. And this is a very important support level, which you can see resides from the top of the cup pattern before we headed down into the wedge. So this wedge I knew would be a very important level at 49 for us to maintain and retain, and we can see we're fighting here for this level right now. So let me head back to the 4-hourly chart, and you can see we are fighting. We had a really powerful, you can see here, we wicked below the support level, which gave a bit of a scare for a little bit, and then you had a really strong 4-hourly candle, and then a stronger one wicking us out of the wedge and then back down. So you're kind of seeing the bulls and the bears fighting right now, and they've not decided which direction they're quite heading in. Okay, so your kind of downside scenario is you're going to come back and test this 43 mark if we lose the 49 support. Alternatively, if we can get a higher high, and that would mean anything above 56, then we've got the green light to head back to 66. So on the short term, you want to head higher than 52. So we're sitting at 50 currently. Let's get past 52, create the higher high at this level here. Let's just pop that in. You want to create your higher high at this level here. Okay, so you want to beat that higher high, and then we got a green space to head up to 66 and try again. If we break 66 this time, you know that we've got a bigger price target on a longer term of the top of the cup and handle move, which takes you to 80 cents on COTI. Okay, so a lot of potential in COTI. Again, this is just a technical analysis, but you know I'm more fundamentally driven on COTI. I've always said that. I'll share the technicals for those of you who want to trade this on a short-term basis, but you know I'm driven more from a technical basis on COTI, given the partnerships with Cardano, AdaPay, Ardana, the fact that they're the issuer of JED token. Please watch my previous videos if you're unsure about what that means. And this is just, another step for COTI to really cool off a little bit, get some energy back, and then push through 66 with much bigger momentum, hopefully over the next few days. Now, let's also look at Cardano, because we've had a little bit of a move on Cardano as we're speaking as well. So you can see on the daily chart, kind of Cardano's entering this downward almost wedge. You can almost create a little bit of a wedge here with Cardano. And it's just kind of been stagnant for a while. And let's take a look at the weekly view on Cardano, because I was thinking about this yesterday to share this with you guys. This is the type of coin that Cardano is. Okay. Now, if you look at Cardano, you can see that you have long periods of inactivity. Look at this period of inactivity, horizontal. Okay. You can see that there with Cardano. Let's look at this period of inactivity, down if not horizontal. Okay, if you look at this period of inactivity, again, same thing. This is what Cardanos do. Remember, each candle is a week. So this can feel like a lifetime in crypto. Why is Cardano not moving? And I can sense from the comments, a lot of people get frustrated with Cardano. And for me, this is actually one of the reasons Cardano is such a gem. Because Cardano is one of those perfect plays that you will only benefit if you have high conviction. There are so many other coins out there that people, don't have conviction in. They kind of ride the momentum and they make money and they feel like they know everything. But Cardano is one of those where if you really understand the fundamentals, you get what you pay for in terms of time spent researching Cardano. And for me, Cardano exemplifies that, because if you look at the majority of the movement made by Cardano, all the way from 17 cents up to the high of $3 here, $3.15 almost, you can see that it's done in very few candles. And I bet if I go into these candles, so you can see, let's count these. So you got 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 big candles really, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if you weren't in Cardano for those 9 or 10 weeks, you could have had it the whole period. But if you weren't in the Cardano for those couple of weeks because you were trying to time the market or you became impatient, you've missed out on all those gains. When you sold here, if you panicked and sold here because Cardano wasn't doing it for you, and then you tried retiming your market and you missed this week, too late for you, right? And I bet if you went to the daily as well, those become even more pronounced in a couple of days. That day there, if you weren't investing in Cardano in that day, you missed out on the run from $2.01 to $2.40, right? If you missed out on Cardano this day, you missed that wick from 140 all the way up to the high of 170. And that's how it works with Cardano. It'll go horizontally for a while. Look at this, great example. And then when it chooses to move, it runs, okay? Goes horizontal. And then when it chooses to move, it will go. And that's how Cardano works. So enough of that. Let's go back to the 4 hourly. Because what I want to show you on Cardano, let's lose this rectangle. We don't need it. So what I want to show you on Cardano is you had a really strong 2 4-hourly candles. And could this suggest that alts are now starting to fight back, and particularly Cardano? We'll come on to a few of the other alts shortly. But at the time of recording this, you can see Cardano sitting at $2.33. We've just bounced from a bottom here of $2.16. So you would have just made 5% there if you held your Cardano. We've just broken past that local high here, which was acting as a bit of a resistance at $2.31. That's where we're hovering back, because you can see the wick down got sent back to the support level here. Okay, so if I draw that for you, you can see that this is where the bears have said, go back down to here, please, Cardano. You're not going above here. Okay, so that's broken back up. The next target for Cardano to get to is up to this level at $2.44. So a good bit of movement on Cardano. And now you can argue that you're creating a bit of an upward wedge. Okay, you can have some sort of upward wedge like so on Cardano. Okay, so you're always forming this wedge. If this acts like resistance, then we'll be trading in this wedge, but hopefully we can just break straight through here. And I think we've got enough volume on this candle. Hopefully we can open up our next 4-hourly candle and really just carry on climbing. We don't have to come back into this channel here. Okay, that would be really useful for Cardano. Now let's zoom out on the daily again for Cardano, because I think people are losing perspective. We're in this moment here, and you remember when we were in this moment here, it would have been very frustrating. Okay, but then you would have had an uplift from here in one swing. You would have had an uplift of, let's just call it 200%. And if you were to take that same 200% swing from this low here, where we've consolidated, 200% takes you to about $5.70 on Cardano, okay? So if you had the same ratios of this swing up, you could be seeing Cardano really climb and push higher once it beats its all-time highs. But obviously you've got those all-time highs there to beat first on Cardano. So exciting time for Cardano. And this is why you won't see me playing short-term games with some of these coins. It's so hard to predict. Yes, if you're trading them on a very short time frame, couple of hours, couple of days, fine, trade them. But if you're a long-term investor in these coins and you have high conviction, you could easily miss out on some of these moves. So it's really important that we spend some time looking at those. Really important. Right, guys, there's an update on COTI and ADA. As we can see, they're finally moving a little bit as we speak. We've got some of the other altcoins moving as well, which I'll probably make a separate video on the market as a whole, so do go check that out. But this was just for COTI and ADA. As always, guys, if you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.